All right. Hey, everybody. I am with John Witshork. Hey, John. How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. And John is with KCR that's right, KCR. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Out of Indiana. And John, talk to us a little bit about your background in real estate. How long have you been in real estate?
So I started real estate at the start of 2016, and I've been doing it full time up till now.
Okay.
So present day.
Great. And how many deals are you doing? And you're by yourself.
Yeah, I'm by myself. There's about four other agents in my office. We are all independent,
Okay.
and a typical year, I'm looking at about 50 plus transactions a year.
Okay. I think a lot of agents, they once they get started, they can usually do like one a month, 1 to 2 a month. But then they start feeling like a little overwhelmed. Do you remember feeling like that when you were hitting like around 20-ish transactions?
Yeah. So for me, it's always came in waves,
Yeah.
uh, all or none. There's never been like a steady stream.
Uh-huh.
So when I first started, I would get one and then get the second one and then the third one and then so on. And it would just get kind of overwhelming.
Yeah. So how did you push through to then do like more? Because it can feel like I can't take on one more thing. I can't double my business?
So probably the first thing is coming up with a game plan and doing a lot of scheduling. And there's a handy dandy checklist for each transaction that I use that I've kind of made up of closing dates, inspection date, time frames, and deadlines. And that's really kind of helped me make the most of my time.
Dude, you got to get a transaction coordinator.
Yeah.
It will save your life. You'll be so happy. I
And that's what I
promise.
hear. I
Yeah.
hear really good things about that.
Well, that'll take you, once you get a transaction coordinator, like I typically recommend it to people that are doing about 24, 30 deals, because it'll take you, I mean, for you, it would probably take you to 80. Like,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
Uh,
You'd own your town at 80 deals a year.
yeah. Yeah. Um, it's crazy. And I've considered getting a transaction coordinator just to help out. But so far, right now, I've had a lot of just having like that set schedule of getting up on time, getting everything turned in, hitting the deadlines, and just really not letting off the gas has helped
Yeah.
out to go from 5, 10, 15, 20 without getting
Right.
overwhelmed.
Do you think though, a big concern about doing more deals is people are nervous that they won't have a life? Do you have a life?
Yeah, I do. I play plenty of Call of Duty online. I hang out with my wife, son, coach high school soccer. Uh, we go out to eat quite a bit. So we snowboard too. Well, I do, not my wife. But
Where are you
yeah,
snowing and where are you snowboarding in Indiana?
there's a place called Paoli Peaks.
Okay.
If you can ski or snowboard there, you can do it any place. It is literally just a big hill, but it's
Because
pretty
it's not
awesome.
all real snow there. It's got to be fake.
Yeah, it's definitely fake, and it hurts when you fall.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
It's
Okay,
very
so
nice.
okay, so you have like a pretty set schedule. How do you stay on track when clients are calling you and people are like interrupting that schedule?
That's tough. Like
Yeah.
I said, I always try to Google schedules. This like the calendar app. That's huge because I can just keep track of what's going on, even if I don't plug it in the right time, as long as I know that I have to do it that day.
Yeah.
The second is I always try to keep just like one of those cheap pen and paper pads with me all the time,
Okay.
just in case to write something down. And then
That's a pretty good idea. And I do that too, because it's like, okay, if I have, say I'm lead generating and like I'm waiting for the phone to ring or whatever, like that's when I'll start thinking about stuff. And then I like write it down too, because then I don't have to remember it. I can like focus on what I'm doing, but know that I can always like come back to it and schedule it or get it done or whatever.
oh yeah, so it's a game changer just to be prepared for the day. Really
Right.
makes your life easier, especially on Mondays when, you just get back from the weekend and
You're
feel
not
like,
working all weekend?
I do, but I don't typically go to the office. I kind of
Mhm.
do things from home, and then just correlating the office and the home work done at the same time. It's
Yeah.
always good to have that game plan. And Monday mornings, like from 8:30 to like 10, it's just like translating everything into one set schedule and getting that organized. And once that
Organizing it.
happens,
Yeah.
the rest of the week is smooth.
What are the non-negotiables on your schedule? The things that you will not change no matter what, like not for anybody unless somebody's dying. Well, and that really
Uh,
also depends on who's dying.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really have a lot of non-negotiables. Probably the one thing that I've been pretty consistent with is I go to the gym at 6:30 a.m. to about 8:30 a.m.
Okay.
And I try not to schedule anything in that time just because I can get my mind right and get
Mm-hmm.
ready to go. Uh, Other than that, I don't typically do any kind of appointments after 8 p.m. unless it's just a necessity or someone's on
Right.
night shift. Uh, and then usually about 4:45 to 5:30, I try not to schedule anything because that's
Mhm.
daycare pickup. But other than that, I try to be as flexible as I can.
So let's say you have a potential client that wants to talk to you during that time. Like, what do you actually say? Do you tell them you have daycare pickup, or are you just like, I have an appointment?
Typically, when I always tell them the truth, I just say, "Hey, I have daycare. I got to pick the kid up and all that." A
Uh-huh.
lot of times, people are pretty understanding about that,
Yeah.
which is great. And the ones that aren't, and sometimes they're not the easiest people to work with.
Right. They're just going to be, yeah. I always say, like, generate so you don't have to tolerate. So if people are jerks, like, you don't have to work with them. Who cares? Because you got
No,
other ones. But if you're only doing 20 deals, like, that's easy if you're doing like 50, 60 deals, 80 deals, 100 deals. But if you're only doing like 10 deals, it's a lot harder to be like, no.
exactly. You can only do what your stripes and numbers can handle. So
Right.
you can't tell when you're starting out. You can't really say no. You kind of got to take
Right.
everything. Once you, after a couple of years, once your business grows, that's you become a lot more powerful.
Yeah, it's true.
You
More
say no.
confident too. Yeah. So where's your business coming from? How did you grow your business so quickly?
So a lot of it is I had my aunt. She did a lot of real estate. I
Hmm.
got out of the Air Force. I kind of started. The number one thing I did was just getting involved uh, with everything in the community. I coached soccer. I would do golf scrambles. I would go to any community event, uh,
Hmm.
go to the church, this anything, and just make it a habit to talk to somebody every day that you don't know.
Well, what do you say? Like, are you bringing up real estate? Are you wearing a name tag? Are you like, what are you doing?
Typically, I don't bring it up until they ask what I do and all that. Usually, I try to
Okay.
keep the conversation pretty organic.
Hmm.
And the more you meet somebody, if you're at a golf scramble, it's going to come up like, what do you do? How did
It
you get
comes
here?
up pretty quickly because most of us are like defined by our jobs, you know?
Yeah. So it comes up pretty quickly and it's organic instead of saying, hey, I'm a real estate agent. Let me sell your house. That doesn't come off very well.
Right. It's a little bit weird to just be like that for sure. Cool. So, how many people a day do you try to talk to?
At least one.
That's
Right.
it.
Uh, it starts with one.
Okay.
So you just never know. And like I said, my town is a town of 20,000. So it's not like LA or Indy where
Yeah.
there's tons of people. So I already know a lot of the
Hmm.
community, but I always try to go out of my way and just say, hey, how's it going? Or, if you're in the grocery store, bump carts with somebody.
Yeah. Just run
I'm
right into
busy
them.
starter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Try not to hit them, just hit the cart.
That's so funny. So, do you only work like in your town or how big's your territory?
So typically, the majority of my things is in just Knox County. I will migrate to Davies County eventually because it's pretty close. It's just like a
Hmm.
50-minute drive, and I know the area pretty well. And I'll go to the northern part of Gibson County just because I do know that area. But I
Mhm.
typically try to stay in areas where I'm an expert. I don't go to Evansville. I don't go anything over an hour away just because the market's different. And
So
if you don't know
far.
the market, you're you're using someone's money and you don't
Yeah.
know, you're not an expert. So
No,
that's
that
my
makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. So what's next for you? Like, what do you see for yourself in the next few years?
um, I would like to keep on growing, just kind of I've been kind of flying blind and just making my own thing as I go.
Mhm.
So definitely fine tune everything and keep it rolling.
Nice. What would be your biggest advice? So we were doing this video on like how to get to 40, how to do 40 transactions and still have a life. So like what is your advice for people? Like your top like couple of tips.
One top tick or tips, confidence, always be willing to meet new people, be willing to
Mhm.
go out, just let everything hang out.
Yeah.
Two, uh, get a good schedule. It doesn't matter what you use, if it's pen, paper, your phone, anything. Scheduling is everything.
Yeah.
And probably number three is just keep on going. It doesn't happen overnight.
Right, like consistency
Yeah.
up to the goal. Yeah. What I can do, I just realized I have a schedule for people, and it's the same schedule I used when we were doing over 100 deals. So I'll put that on and people can get it at jennifermertlin.com/vault. Do you have one that you want to share too?
I not one because it's a bunch of chicken scratches, but if
That's
someone
fine.
wants to email me, I'll be happy to send it to you.
Cool. So if people do have a referral for you in Indiana or they want to just talk to you about, your business or have a question, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
Email's the best way. I check it every 30 minutes or so. It's
Okay.
John, John, at knoxcountyrealty.com.
Perfect. Okay. Well, thank you for being on. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye.